All right, everyone, welcome back to Breslov Efrat here at Shira David. Oh, it's good to be back here at Eretz Yisrael. It was a long trip. Baruch Hashem, back. Erev Shabbos Kodesh, Parshas Vayishlach, Yaakov, Malachim, Lefanav. Wow. Okay. Baruch Hashem. And I missed you guys. And what? I got to learn with the chevra over there. It was good, but coming back here, this is the best. Baruch Hashem. All right, so we're learning Likutey Halachos with Siyata D'Shmaya. Of course, we're in Likutey Halachos, Hilchos Birchas Hamazon. The blessings of Birchas Hamazon, right? After you wash, you eat your bread, you bench. Yeah. And just a side thing, the importance of when you say Birchas Hamazon, to actually read it inside. Something else, just on the side, just to see the words, to see the words and read the words. Yeah. They asked many tzaddikim, why they have schools for long life. And most of the common answer was, I bench inside. Even though they know the words, they know, believe me, it's not hard to know the words, but just to see the words, because it makes a tikkun for the einayim. When you see the eye, when you see the words, you're repairing your eyes. It's amazing. So it's such an important thing, Birchas Hamazon, to say Birchas Hamazon inside. Okay, so we're in Halacha Gimel.
What do you mean by inside when you say that?
Read it. Don't say it by heart.
Oh.
Read it. People say it by heart. They know the words, right? But that's not the right way to do it. The right way to do it is to read it inside. Okay. All right, so we're up to Aleph. Okay, this is a new lesson. And we'll just jump in and we'll see how it goes. Okay, here we go. This is the aspect of Birchas Hamazon. Ki kol hadvarim sheba'olam she'adam oichel v'neheh mehem, because everything in this world that we eat and we enjoy and we get satiation from, we enjoy what we're eating. V'kulam yesh behem bechinas ahavas nefulas. In each and everything, there are fallen loves, a misplaced love. Misplaced love. Misplaced love.
Are they talking about sparks?
No, misplaced love. No. We're just going to. Okay. In other words, really, the whole love and everything that we're supposed to have is really for kedusha. But unfortunately, people get involved and they love things of this world, right? And they get carried away with things of this world. We all know that, right? I mean, people just get so carried away with worldly things where really they're supposed to be involved in the Torah, right? They're really supposed to be involved in the Torah. There's a beautiful analogy that I saw, something really, really nice, where life is like this. Life is like going to a you go to a chasna, right? You go to a chasna, a wedding, a chatuna, okay? And one guy loves to see the coats. He loves the coats, and this guy hangs out the whole time in the coat room. He's looking at the different coats and the mink coat, and this one comes in this coat, and he just loves to see the coats. He's just getting involved in enjoying the coats. Okay. And he stays there the whole wedding. He stays in the coat room. Yeah. And then they say to him, like, hey, what were you doing here the whole time? It was great looking at the coats. I loved looking at these coats, and it was so many different colors, and everything was so great. It was wonderful. Yeah, but there was you missed the smorgasbord, you missed the chuppah, you missed the dance, you missed all the beautiful food. No, I enjoyed the coats. But that's us in life. We sometimes get carried away, and instead of enjoying what we're supposed to enjoy in the world, I know it's a silly example, but it helps understand. We're supposed to take our delight when we learn, when we're davening, But people want to do that they do that too quickly to get over with, to just check that off, right? To check it off. No one ever checks off when they're going to the movie. Let's go make it go faster. I want it to go faster, right? No one checks when they go to a baseball game or to a hockey game or whatever. They don't want it to go fast. They want it to have longer. Make it longer. Right? They want let's have an extra inning. Let's have extra. We want more. That's misplaced love.
It's because we don't know any better.
No, that's misplaced love. Okay.
I used to go to a shul in Yerushalayim.
Yeah.
She told a story. He told a story about his father. He said his father was also a rabbi. He said whenever his wife would serve something and he would taste the food, he would say, "Not bad, not bad." And one time his wife says to him, "Why do you always say not bad? Why don't you say it's good?" He says, "Well, learning Torah is good. Doing mitzvahs is good. The food is not bad."
Very good. Very good. Very good. Very good. Very good. He had a nice wife, because, Okay. But what we're supposed to do is we're supposed to elevate. We're supposed to elevate these ideas of the misplaced love. Now, again, when you bench, if you got carried away, like we said, if you got carried away during the meal, but then after you finish, and then you do the Mayim Achronim, right? And then you bench, and you realize you're thanking Hashem, so you kind of, so to say, it resets the person. It can reset the person. And then the person can actually be bound to true ahava of kedusha. V'chinas ahava betanugim. Okay, to have ahava betanugim, right? Shekol hatanugim sheboilam tzrichen la'aloisam l'kashem lahava the kedusha. We have to take all the things that we love in this world and learn how to elevate them to serve Hashem, to become in the realm of holiness. Again, you can eat and enjoy your food. There's nothing wrong with that. But when I'm eating, recognize, wow, Hashem, you gave me this food. And I'm using this food in order that I can have energy in order to do what I have to do. So then that's elevating the food. That's all it is. No, Reb Nosson is not telling us you're not allowed to enjoy your food. You don't even have to say your food's not bad. You could say it's good. But it's good because it's giving me energy in order to be able to do what I need to do to keep me healthy.
Food we know because we need nutrition.
Right.
But the other pleasures we don't need.
Well, here we're talking about David. We're talking about food because we're talking in the realm. We're talking in the realm of Birchas Hamazon. So we're okay. Okay. V'chol zeh nasa yedei shemekashrin halev el hanakuda. And how do you do this? Is by binding the lave to the nakuda. The nakuda we were talking about before in lesson 34 about the melupim. The melupim is the line, the nakuda, with the line and the dot in the middle. The dot in the middle we said is the tzaddik. Right? That's the line in the middle, right? So the alev, ela nakuda, I want to take my heart and bind it together to the tzaddikim. Again, where do we get benching from? Moshe Rabbeinu. The second bracha in benching is Yoshua. The third bracha in benching is David HaMelech and Sheleimah HaMelech. Okay, so we have to connect ourselves to the tzaddikim. This is what it's all about. Shu b'chinas tzaddik shayidei zeh mizbatlin ahavas hanefulin v'zoichen lahavas kedusha b'chinas koyin sheshoira eitzel hanekuda. Okay, again, let's talk about this. The tzaddikim, okay? They are the ones that teach us how to connect ourselves back to Hashem, because we get carried away. But when we learn the right ways to connect back. Connected to the Kohen, we said the Kohen is always the tzaddik, the Kohen Gadol especially, because the Kohen Gadol was careful on his relationships, right? The Kohen Gadol had to remove himself. He couldn't go to funerals. He couldn't do different things. He was on a higher realm. The Gemara in Bracha says on Lamed Hey Amid Aleph that anything that you enjoy in life, you make a blessing on it, right? You make a blessing on it, right? If you enjoy anything you eat or you drink, Or if you smell something, right? Even if you smell, you have hadassim, you make a bari atzei b'samim, you make a bari minim b'samim. There are different brachas to make, right? And you bless Hashem for each thing before you enjoy it. You recognize Hashem. You understand that that's the whole point of making brachas. Why do you make a bracha? Reb Simcha, you know why you make a bracha? You make the bracha to remember Hashem. Oh, it's you, Hashem. Oh, and then I enjoyed it. Thank you, Hashem, for letting me enjoy this. Beautiful. Ki al yedei habracha mikashvin alev el nekuda shu bechinas tzaddik shu mikor kol habrachas bechinas ubrachas leroish tzaddik, as it says in Mishlei ubrachas leroish tzaddik. The brachas are to the head of the tzaddik. The bechinas koyin mevorech. The koyin again. If you have a situation where there's people eating and there's a kohen, so you give the benching to the kohen. We always give the respect to the kohen. Ki kol habrachos heim bechinas ora nekuda, because all of the brachas are connecting us back to the nekuda, to HaKadosh Baruch Hu, to the tzaddikim. Then we get connected to HaKadosh Baruch Hu through the tzaddikim. Shu mekor kol habrachos bechinas kipi. Yedaber chochmais hainu abrocha v'hashevach l'Hashem yisborach shem mevorchin b'peh daika. And that's why when we make the brachas, we have to make them and we say the words. Such an important thing. You can have all the intentions in the world and you can have all the kavanas, but if you don't actually say the words, you didn't accomplish anything. You did not accomplish anything. You could have the best. You have the. Oh, good morning, Yossi. So again, it's bepeh daika. Kama lenient tefillah. The same way as we learned when it comes to tefillah, we don't scan the words, right? We have to say the words, right? I wish people would do that, right? Especially the Balei Tefillah, right? If they would actually say the words, we would have time to say the people would have time to daven. Yeah, maybe we should make everything that the Baal Tefillah has to say each word. We want to hear the Baal Tefillah say each word. Davening would take at least another 20 minutes. Shachris, if you would actually say, if you made the Baal Tefillah say each word. He says the first two words and the last two words. What about the middle one? Okay, v'sham eitzel l'nekuda shayra hava the kedusha b'bechinas kayin v'ayidei ze nispat l'nahavas hanafulim sheheim ha'cherpos. Those are all the embarrassment. Again, the whole point is like this. Again, we want to always connect ourselves back to HaKadosh Baruch Hu. You want to connect yourself back to HaKadosh Baruch Hu via the tzaddikim and through our tefillah. Okay, so again, when we talk, when we daven and we say the words, we're connecting our leiv. We're putting our heart into the tefillah. You understand? You put your heart into the tefillah. Ezer bechinas birchas hamazon shemisham lomdu Rabbi Seinin Zichron Livracha kol habrachos from birchas hamazon. The fact that we have birchas hamazon, again, birchas hamazon is the only one that's midaraisa. Okay, it's a Torah mitzvah. To say the birchas hamazon, the grace after meal, okay, is from the Torah. Chazal learned out from that. Now, wait a second. If I'm making a bracha after I ate, certainly I should make a bracha before I eat, right? Right? They made this like this. If I'm going to make a bracha, I'm required to make a bracha after I ate. How much more should I be able? Should I encourage myself to make a bracha before I eat? And therefore, we said the Gemara in Brachas on Lamed Hey Amid Aleph said that you can't eat anything unless you make a bracha. You don't enjoy things in this world without making the blessing. Right? You agree with that, Rav Yossi?
That's good.
Okay.
And kavanah too. Again,
Again, say the words.
Yeah, not a mumble.
No, but that's the thing. When you say the words. Elokeinu melech ha'olam. Say the words. Oh Hashem, you're the king. Oh, I thought it was this guy, that. I thought this was important. You say the words and then you start to hear what you said. It makes an impression on the person. If you say the words and you pay attention to what you're saying. Okay. Kamei Shamar B'Sein Zechan L'Bracha V'Achrav Mevarech L'Fanav Loi Kol Shekain. If you make the bracha be afterwards, so so much more so should I make a bracha before. Yikir Gomer Habeira Shalamacholam Hu Achar Achila Sha'oz Hu Tachlis Habeira. So we learned this idea that there is different clarifications in all of our food, right? It starts out. We learned the concept where it starts out as a what do you call it? A seed, and then we have to plant the seed, right? And then it loses its status of a seed, and it becomes a stalk, right? And it keeps getting refined more and more. Right, and then it becomes. Then we have a kernel of wheat. We grind that, okay, and then we make flour, and then we take the flour and we make dough. And then once we make the dough, we pull a piece of dough apart. We bake it, right? And there's all these different berurim going on, all these different clarifications going on. But by eating it, we said that's the final tikkun. Oz maschel hamachol is akel b'meyayim. The food starts to get broken down in the intestines, right? V'nizbar hamachol, and the machol gets again whatever is good gets distributed. Whatever is not needed is waste, so it gets discharged, and then the body makes the final bearer, the final clarification of the food. What do you want to say? Something?
Well, what else it says in here, I don't know if we can get to it, is that it goes into the stomach, but then the nutrients are extracted to send to the heart.
Yeah, we're getting this. The next line.
It's just
Dahainu, hatoiv v'amuvchar shebemachal oil alalei. The choicest part of the food, the best parts of the food, the most that has the most nutrients in it, the body automatically sends that to the heart. The heart's the muscle that's pumping all the time. It works all the time. So it needs to have the nutrients. Umisham nizbarer amufchar v'oil elamayach. Oh, and then it sends up nutrients to the mind. So the mind can process. It's amazing. V'hamoiseh l'share vorim, right? And the rest of it to all the other limbs. V'apsoiles hagomor nitchel l'chutz. And whatever is the psoilus gets expelled. Legamri. V'al kein tzrichin levorech birchas hamazon achar achila. Therefore, you make the bracha after you eat. Why? Kedei sheyizborer hamachal bekedusha. So therefore, the food can be clarified with holiness. Again, I recognize HaKadosh Baruch Hu, you're the one that's in charge of what's going on inside of me. And HaKadosh Baruch Hu, please have the right nutrients go to the right places, and all of the psoila should get expelled. Kedei sheyiskasher halev ela nekuda, in order that my heart can be connected to the nekuda, which is to the tzaddikim, bepeh, ayidei birchas hamazon, through birchas hamazon.
Where are we exactly?
Huh? We're in Aleph. Three Aleph.
3 hours back.
Gimel Aleph. Okay. V'al kein birchas hamazon hu al halechem daika, and therefore, when you make the birchas hamazon, which is the most beautiful bracha that we have, you make it specifically on bread. Kipita sa'ada the liba, because the heart is what gives satiation and food, satiation to the heart. Kamei Shamar v'zein zechron l'bracha in Bereshis Rabbah machma shalechem soyed halei, because the heart can give the satiation to the heart, to the bread to the heart. Al kein sham, therefore there tzrichin habeir b'yoyse me'habas hanefulin shein bechina shviras halei. Okay, so in the heart has its desires, its lusts, right? The heart desires things. I want to take the bread, which has such kedusha in it, and I want to send that to the heart, in order that way the heart can get jolted, and to realize it's all from you, Hashem. And I realize what I have to do in life. So I don't waste my life away with all kind of nonsense, and I can do what I'm supposed to do. And therefore, we have 3 blessings. Like we said, the first blessing was instituted by Moshe Rabbeinu. The second blessing of benching is instituted by Yoshua. And the third blessing was David HaMelech and Sheleimah HaMelech. Okay? Vayedei HaBrocha Shu Bechinas Ora Nekuda. V'yoicha v'yesht v'yitev libay. Okay, how it says in Rus, right? V'yoicha v'yesht, eat and drink. V'yitav libay, and you'll have a good heart. How do you like that? And your heart will be good. Isn't that nice? Zeh birchas hamazon. That's birchas hamazon. Through birchas hamazon can help repair our heart to make our heart a good heart. A good heart where the heart is desiring that I want to feel the Kedusha of Shabbos. The heart is desiring, I want to feel the Kedusha in my tefillah, in my Beis Medrash, in my Beis HaKnesses. I want to feel it. Ki al yedei birchas hamazon is batel roa halev shu bechinas ahavas and nefulim. Because through birchas hamazon, and this is why people don't want to eat bread. This is why there's so much opposition and so much talk against bread. It's no good for you. Don't eat bread. Don't eat bread. Don't eat bread. Because there's so much benefit the bread can do to the heart. So the Yetzer Hara works overtime to try to take us away from eating bread, because the bread is what can help us set us on the right path. Isn't this amazing? Who would have ever thought? Bread can help you go on the right path.
And given how everybody is so concerned about health today,
Yeah.
if they knew this, they would do it.
Mm-hmm.
Well, they're not so concerned about their spiritual health. That's the problem.
This is physical health too.
This will help you. This will help a person physically as well. Shviras, but the problem is people today are so unhappy. People today are so anxious. People today are so worried, and it all comes from the heart.
But they're all trying to lose weight.
No, forget about the. I'm talking now about the fact that people are very, very anxious. There's a lot of nerves. There's a lot of fear. People have a lot of fear today. They don't know what's going to be, this and that and the other thing. But when you bench, you recognize, wait a second, Hashem, you're the one that's running everything. It's you, Hashem. And if you're in charge, Kol ma David Rachman l'tav Ovid. Whatever Hashem does, He does for the good. So what am I going to worry about? It's a package. But that's why they say don't eat bread, because if I eat bread, then it's no good for you. But it's really good. But okay.
Remember that, Tasha.
Shviras leiv ki meir halev al yedei nekuda shu bechinas tzadik bechinas toiv bechinas imru tzadik ki toiv al kain al yedei zeh vayitev libay al yedei birchas hamazon. Through birchas hamazon, the person can actually have a good heart. Isn't that a beautiful idea? It's a beautiful idea. Benching can help the heart, help the person to come to recognize HaKadosh Baruch Hu, to bring him a simcha to his life, which is the opposite of the worry and the embarrassment that the heart has. Right? The person's doing the wrong thing, and the person always has the embarrassment. So the bread and the whole concept of washing our hands before we eat bread, that we learned. Right? Why did Chazal institute, before you do other mitzvahs, you don't need to wash your hands? It's always a good idea to wash your hands. But there's a requirement before you eat bread that you wash your hands. Right? Of course, before you put on your tefillin and go to davening, you're supposed to wash your hands. But again, that's something you're supposed, but it's not an actual requirement. Here, if you can eat bread, you have to wash your hands. Why was that? Because we said because eating bread is such an important thing to recognize HaKadosh Baruch Hu. But I'm only going to be able to recognize HaKadosh Baruch Hu if I wash off all the sin that's related to my hands. So that's why I need the water to wash that off. Then I can make the bracha al natilas yadayim, right? I say su yadeichem kodesh uvochu es Hashem. Then I can eat the bread. And then even if I got carried away during the meal, a little bit overzealous and enjoying my meal too much, right? But then I come to bench. So I do the Mayim Achronim, right? The program, right? I wash off whatever was I give whatever the bone to the Yetzer Hara, you take that and go, right? And then I can then bend to Hashem to bless HaKadosh Baruch Hu to realize it's all from you, Hashem, and then that's the final beira that happens with inside the kishkas, inside the person, that the food gets distributed to the right places, to the heart, to the brain, to all of the organs, and so on, in a good, healthy way. Okay? All through eating bread. It's such an amazing lesson. I think so. Right? And that's why there's such opposite. Don't eat bread, because if you can eat bread, you're going to have to wash your hands. That means you have to disconnect yourself from the sin. Right? And the Yetzer Hara doesn't want you to do that, right? And then the Yetzer Hara doesn't want you to recognize Hashem in the world. He wants you to recognize all of the junk in the world.
See, that's the exchange. They want the coats instead of the blessing.
Yeah. Okay. All right, so any questions on this? Any questions? Any comments? Anyone disagree with this?
I think this is amazing, and I know.
Yossi, do you agree with this? Disagree with it?
Yeah, this must be, well, again, certainly for Shabbos, it has a way of elevating you dramatically. During the week, it's a finish to...
No, but Shabbos is totally different. No, Shabbos is totally, because all the food on Shabbos is elevated.
Yeah.
Right? Yeah. The Macholei Shabbos are always elevated.
That's the finish here, is that, fine, so that's Shabbos, but during the week, it's bread, it's elevated too. You're right, you don't need two, but this is like the holiest, this is the closest we can get, so to speak, to Shabbos, this concept of elevation with food.
Right.
And particularly with bread and our man's purpose in the world and the refinement that goes into the bread and being in the world of Asiyah and making a bracha. 10 words, hamotzi, yeah.
Yeah, all these things are a wonderful program, and just realize...
And it is very filling, and it is very nourishing. I think of the hostages, and they came out, pretty thin, but they got a half, that's what they survived on, was
a pizza. Yeah. Bread.
Yeah.
It's amazing. Really, it's amazing. And that's why they were all able to find Hashem. Because that's all they were eating. Maybe. Right? It's nice, right? No, okay. Listen, but what you said is very important. On Shabbos, when we eat, Shabbos, the whole idea is Einik Shabbos. The whole idea is to enjoy the Shabbos. And that's the time that you're supposed to be able to enjoy the food, because the food on Shabbos is elevated. Okay, the food that we eat during the week is low, and we have to elevate the food, right? But Shabbos, the food is very, very high, and it can lift us up. When we're eating the proper things for Shabbos, and a person says, L'kavod Shabbos Kodesh, is eating it for Shabbos, bringing Shabbos into the equation. Right? The Vilna Gaon, he teaches a beautiful idea that all the things we eat on Shabbos equal the number 7. Equal the number 7. How do you do that? Well, you make Kiddush on Yayin, right? So Yayin is, what's the gematria of Yayin? 70, right? 70. Drop the 0, 7 for Shabbos. Okay, challah. Yeah, you make challah, you use challah, right? Challah. What's the gematria of challah? 43. What's 4 plus 3? 7. Here we go. Okay, then you have dog, right? You eat fish. You have fish, right? Fish. What's dog? 4 plus 3. 7. Right? And then you eat marak, soup. What's soup? 240. No. No, marak. It was 3. It's 340. 3 plus 4. You drop the 0. Is again all the food on Shabbos when we do the program, when we're in the program. That's why we eat the certain things. The Vilna Gaon teaches that's why we eat these certain things on Shabbos, because they all remind us of Shabbos they all are Shabbos. Okay, so the food on Shabbos is very different than the foods during the week. Okay, Yossi? So this program is really more for during the week, the Pas Shachris. Right, this is where we are. That's what Shulchan Aruch says, that we're supposed to eat our bread in the morning. Right, not to eat your bread for dinner. Eat your bread in the morning, and that'll give you the energy that you need during the day to recognize Hashem in your day, to have a successful day. Okay, let's go to Beis. Let's go to Beis. Beis is long.
All right, but you'll see Tzaddik, he's in the parsha now.
Yeah. Okay, Okay, we'll start with Beis. Okay, Yosef HaTzadik is in the parsha. Yes, so is Binyamin.
Yeah.
It was good.
We lost Rachel Imeinu. Yeah, Ben Oni, but Yaakov Avinu called him Ben Yamin.
Yeah.
Right, the strength of my right.
Yeah.
Right? Yeah, Beis
From the south,
Hamikdash.
meaning he's
The
from
Beis Hamikdash.
Yeah.
Yeah, the Beis Hamikdash is built on the Chelik of Binyamin.
Right. Maybe strengthen my right.
Yeah.
I thought, meaning what? How does the right refer to Bris?
We'll get to it. Let's stay with the lesson. Okay. Now here, Beis. Ki kol hashpois v'chol habrochos nimshochem meitzadik shu b'chinas Yosef hu hashalit. So that's coming up in 2 weeks, right? 2 weeks. Yosef is the shalit. Yosef is what do you want to say? He's the how you translate it in English? He's the shalit. He's the ruler. No, what's a good word? What?
They have ruler here, yeah.
Ruler. You like ruler? Okay. Shu mekor kol habrachos v'chol hashpois bebechinas v'Yosef hu hashalit al haaretz hu hamashbir l'chol am haaretz. It was a very interesting thing when Yosef HaTzadik was in Mitzrayim. Yosef HaTzadik had come to Yosef and they told Yosef that we need food. So Yosef told them, okay, it costs so much. And they didn't have the money. And Yosef told them, if you want to get food from me, you have to have a bris milah. He told them that, the Egyptians. And the Egyptians all went to Paro complaining, what kind of guy did you have here? So what did Paro tell them? Hey, didn't he tell you that there was going to be a famine? Yeah, so why didn't you prepare food? Well, we did, but it all spoiled. So if he has the food, so obviously you got to do what he wants you to do, or else we won't have any food. It's amazing. It's mamash amazing. Ki atzadik bechinas Yosef hu bechinas sheva shnei hasava. Right, there's 7 years of plenty. Right, shuhu machniya mevatel sheva shnei harav, that was counter against the 7 years of famine. Shehem bechinas cherpas ra'ov kabu v'divrei Rabbeinu zechleinu l'brocha v'bokem acher. Right, in lesson 52 and 54, ki Yosef HaTzadik hu zon u'mefarnes es kol ha'olam b'shnei harav. The tzaddikim, the tzaddik Yosef, is the one that can give food to the world. We said that all the world's food and everything comes from Eretz Yisrael, based on the blessings of Eretz Yisrael, right? And all the blessing of Eretz Yisrael is based on the tzaddikim. It's all based on the coattails of the tzaddikim. And if we have the tzaddikim, we respect our tzaddikim, so of course that will give us to make sure we have plenty of food to go against the hunger. Kihu mevatel cherpas ra'ov, because he can be mevatel the cherpa, the embarrassment of the famine. Bebechinas osef elekim es cherpasi, like Yosef HaTzadik said, HaKadosh Baruch Hu gathered in my embarrassment, right? Ofeis elekim es cherpasi hanema beYosef HaTzadik ki Yosef hu hashalit hu hamashber. V'zeh shama lehem paroi l'chu el Yosef. Asher yoyma lachem tasu. Go to Yosef. Whatever he tells you to do, do. Perish Rashi she'amru loy shegam heim otzru tevua v'hare kiva. right? They gathered up their food like they were supposed to do, but it's spoiled. Amalem Cain, Asher Yomer Lachem Tasu, Ki Yosef Amalem Sheyimalu. Yosef HaTzadik told them that they should all get a bris milah. Halay goza ala tfua v'arakiva. Ma'im yigzar aleinu v'nomos. So they were saying, wait a second, the same way he told us to gather the food, and we did and it's spoiled, now he's going to tell us to have a bris milah, and then we're going to die. This week's parsha. What happened in this week's parsha? Dinah was violated by Shechem, right? Dinah was violated by Shechem. So what happened? Shimon and Levi said to them, "Hey, it's not nice that we can't commingle if you're not circumcised. So if you want to be able to, our families can get together, you'll have to be circumcised." So they did, and then on the third day, Shimon and Levi went and they slaughtered every single male in Shechem. It's amazing, right? So now these guys are saying, "Oh, wait a second." The Egyptians here are telling Paro, "Wait a second. Yosef is telling us now to circumcise ourselves. What's he going to do? He's going to kill us."
They remember.
Well, it wasn't that long.
No? Oh.
It wasn't that long. And Yaakov was very nervous about that when that happened, right, Yosef?
Yeah.
He was very, very nervous. He said, what's the neighbors going to do now?
Well, he said they
get angry. The neighbors are going to be angry.
I just came in. Finally,
I'm a new guy here.
After beating Lavan, after beating Esau.
22 years. I came back.
I finally
22.
get back. I just want to put that. I bought a little piece of land. I'm on my way to Beit El. I'm not going to stay here, but I bought a little piece of land.
No, he bought the city of Shechem, actually.
Did I?
He bought the city of Shechem.
He paid with.
He paid. He bought
did.
the city of Shechem. He bought it, lock, stock, and barrel.
Well, that was one of the points that he was trying to make to the brothers. Hey, listen, your dad obviously loves this place. He paid good money for it. You go ahead and give us the girl. You're going to get all this.
Yeah, there you go.
You must really go ahead. He goes, hey, look, if they see two guys, all the other nations knew you Jews plan on coming in and building your temple and taking over. We know that, but that's not going to happen until much later. It's going to take time until it plays out. But now that we see the two guys are doing this, we better stop you now and try to fight against him. Yeah?
So here, Yosef. So now they're coming back to Yosef, and they're to Paro, and they say, "Well, he's gonna kill us." Ki efshalach niacher pesarav ki im al yedei bechinas mila su bechinas tikkun abris. Okay, if you want to get rid of if you want to have a lot of, and this is an important thing. If a person wants to have good parnasa, work on tikkun abris. Here you got it. Tikkun abris will help a person with his parnasa. Shal yoda nisgala ora nekuda kedosha. Through that, it reveals that again, that dot, the ora nekuda, that nekuda kedosha from the malupim, right? From the malupim, we said is the line with the dot in the middle, right? Bebechinet tzaddik moishel. The tzaddik is the one that rules. Bebechinet Yosef hu hashalit. Yosef is the ruler. Zeh haloi gozar ala tfua v'arakiva. Ki hu bechinas tzaddik Moshe bechinas Yosef hu hashalit v'yigza omar v'yokom. Right, and it comes true. Ki kol mi she'enai miskarev atzmai el ora nekuda hakadosh hu rochoik mi bracha u'mizgaber ola bechinas sheven shnei hara. So if you're connected to the tzaddikim, so then you'll be connected to the blessing, and then you'll have plenty, you'll have what you need. Because again, you're connecting you back to HaKadosh Baruch Hu. We said that's the Yam HaChochma up in Shemayim. That's the place where all of the wealth, everything is in Shemayim, and it comes down via the pipelines, right? If you're connected to the tzaddikim. So if these Egyptians would have been connected to Yosef, their food would not have rotted. But they didn't want to be connected to him, so their food rotted.
But they were thinking they were going to die. They would think they had the experience that when all those guys got circumcised, they got killed. And so it makes sense that they might think that. So how
I understand that. No. But again, if they would have believed in Yosef, if they would have seen that Pare made him the viceroy, right? Pare made him the viceroy, and they would have believed that he was, and Pare recognized that he had Hashem. He saw there was something different with this guy, right? No one was able to come up with an interpretation to his dreams, right? Nobody. Not only did Yosef come up with an interpretation to his dreams, he gave him a solution to his problems, right? No, Pare didn't even ask him for that. Isn't that interesting?
Yeah.
He comes in before the most powerful king in the world at the time, right? Pare was the most powerful leader in the world at the time, right? He comes in front of him. He was just in jail. Now Pare tells him, okay, and I heard that you can interpret dreams. Okay, here's my dream. But Yosef then gives him advice on how to overcome the problems. Who gave Yosef? Right? Think about it, right? He's a kid coming in front of the most important leader. But those that believe, but you see that Pare believed in Yosef. He believed it.
Yeah.
And therefore the food of Mitzrayim was his food. It belonged all to Pare, right? And then it was all okay. But those people didn't want to believe what Yosef told them. They did it. They gathered the food, but they didn't believe in the tzaddik. Because they didn't believe in it, it all rotted.
Because he told them that the food was going to rot.
V'al kein hatzvua nerkeves etzlam. Their food rotted because they didn't believe in the tzaddik. Ma'im yigzar leinu v'namos. And then they said, well, what if happens if he now makes a gezeira again, then we're going to die? Ki kol hachiyas hu rak me'atzadik b'chinas Yosef b'chinas tzaddik chai omen. Right? The tzaddik has all the worlds, right? Bel'odai ein shum chiyas ba'olam rak ma shemekavim chiyas me'atzadik. Right? We have to always be connected to the tzaddikim. And the tzaddikim, why the tzaddikim? Because the tzaddikim connect us back to HaKadosh Baruch Hu. Shu bechinas ora nekuda shemachaya mizbato sfiras halev shu bechinas sitra demaisa kayadua. Okay, when again we learned that based on lesson 34, a person has embarrassment in his heart from the sins that he did. Right, a person feels embarrassed when a person can recognize HaKadosh Baruch Hu and eat the bread the right way. And when he eats the bread, it brings him a simcha into his heart because he recognizes Hashem. So that heals the embarrassment. You understand? That heals the embarrassment. Which heals the side of death. Tzaddik mevata b'chinas shviras halev mamshech chiyas ba'olam ki sham tziva Hashem habracha achayim kayadua. Okay, and that's where the bracha comes again through the tzaddikim. Okay?
Well, it might be easy to think that Yosef was a god in their eyes.
Okay.
In a sense. I mean, it's really, we are not supposed to pray to the tzaddik.
But Yosef was constantly saying it's all Hashem.
Yeah.
He kept saying that. Yosef kept saying, it's not me. I'm just getting the word from Hashem. Gave me the word, it's all Hashem. It's not me. He was just the intermediary. Right? He was the intermediary. He said it's not me.
Yeah.
People can think what they want to think. Yeah. But Yosef was saying himself, it's not me. If anyone that wants a bracha, and they want to have a shefa in their life, and they want to be able to be mevatel the cherpa, the embarrassment of the hunger, they have to go to the tzaddikim, the teachings of the tzaddikim, the ways of the tzaddikim, and that can help heal the person from his embarrassment that he has in his heart, and because it's going to bring him back to HaKadosh Baruch Hu.
Which is why you're saying the Brit is a tikkun for everything, because otherwise we're going to die.
The tzaddik is connected to the Kedushas HaBris. Right? That's right. Bebechinas v'chol ha'aretz boyu Mitzrayim Yosef lishbar v'afilu Yaakov b'vonav shehem bechinas v'amech Yisrael Kulam tzaddikim. Look at this. Here's the proof. Yosef is the tzaddik in Mitzrayim. Yaakov and the brothers, they're also tzaddikim. But they all have to go to Yosef to get food. He has the food down there. He didn't have the food in Israel. The food was in Mitzrayim. Vafilu Yaakov uvanav, Yaakov and his children, the shiftei kah. Sheim bechinas va'amech kulam tzaddikim. We're all tzaddikim. All Jews are tzaddikim. V'amech kulam tzaddikim. V'afal pichein efshar lohem lekabel hashefa v'abrocha levatal sheva ravon b'bateihem ki im al yedei bechinas Yosef hu hashal. So even Yaakov and even the Shvatim, they wanted food. They also had to go down to Yosef HaTzadik in order to get the food. How do you like that? Is that amazing? It wasn't only the Egyptians that needed the food. Even when the Tzaddikim needed the food, they also had to connect back to Yosef in order to get their food. It's amazing. Shu Bechinas Nekuda Klolis, he's the central point. Shoyvish Nishmas Yisrael Betchila Tzrichin Akol Lekabel Mimenu, all from the Tzaddik. V'achar kach echad mechaveroi ve'echad v'achar kach minei obey. And like we said, there are the three conversations a person has every day. First, he has a conversation with the tzaddik. He has a conversation with his friend, and then he can talk to HaKadosh Baruch Hu, right? That's the three things. Minei obey. Aval betchila tzrichin akol lekabel daika me'atzadik bechinas Yosef. But first, you have to connect back to the tzaddik. When you connect to the tzaddik, that's how you get your big Yeshua. V'yadei zeh daika nispatlin hacherpan v'ashoyrin ala leiv sheim bechinas havas and nefulim sheim bechinas cherpas rav. And that's how again the person can get helped. He can get help from the cherpa that he has in his heart, because of all of his shortcomings, because of all of his mistakes. And when he connects to the teachings of the tzaddik, ki ikar haravan hu la bahamias, because the main hunger is for the animal instinct, hainu bechinas havas and nefulin, right? The Baal Shem HaKadosh says if a person is hungry, it really is his neshama crying out to him, telling him he needs to learn Torah. Yeah. Ahavas habahamias, but that's the ahava, the animal instinct of the person. Misham ikar rava, and that's where the main hunger comes from. Bechinas cherpas rav, cherpa daika. Rabbi Nachman says in lesson in 39. V'zeh bechinas ma shama lehem Yaakov heviu sheva. Yaakov lechu heviu sheva. Yaakov Avinu said, "Go and bring us shevet, bring us food, bring us parnasa." Ravan bateya, shevet daika, ki ika haravan bebechinas shviras leiv, bechinas cherpa shvara libi. The cherpa breaks my heart. Shezeh bechinas cherpas rov. That's the embarrassment of the hunger. Hatikun ayedei Yosef daika ayedei ika haseviya. Because they eat their bread in order to satiate their neshama. The tzaddik eats in order to give satiation to the neshama. Again, like it says, Lo yal alechem levada yichya adam ki amaytze pi Hashem yichya adam. Right? It's not on bread alone that I eat. It's with the pi Hashem. When I bring Hashem into my life, that's what gives me chiyas. But again, a person can only bench. He can only make the alatilas yadayim. He can only make the brachas if he's going to eat bread. So that's the bread is what gives satiation to the tzaddik, but it's satiating his neshama. It's satiating his neshama through the brachas. Okay.
So it's only after you eat that everything else starts when you do Birkat Hamazon. Is that?
Well, that's when the beirur takes place. Right. Yes. V'achaltem lachman l'sayva shetishlach. Bracha b'meyayim, it should bring a bracha into their intestines, into the kishkas, tzaddik oichel l'saveya nafshay, in order to give satiation for his nefesh. Again, like you said, that's when the food is being ma'akil, it gets broken down in the intestines and it gets distributed to all the parts of the body. Okay, especially the heart and to the brain. וזה בחינס ברכס המזון כדי להמשיך ברכה ושפע להמשיך ברכה ושביע במאיים in order to bring shefa and bracha, right? And to give satiation into the intestines, ובחינס ואכלת וסברת ובירכת. Like we say in the bracha, in the first bracha in bread, v'achalta, what the Torah says, v'achalta v'savata v'irachta. The Torah tells you, eat, be satiated, and bench, right? That's what the Torah says, v'achalta, right? Right? V'achalta v'savata v'irachta. K'may shisa b'zayir ha'kodesh v'chi ad lo yachal lemizbeya, ela afilu ochal bar nash pruta, Virusa the Savia Shove Aloi. So the Zaya says, and this is such a beautiful idea, that the person, again, HaKadosh Baruch Hu said, when you're going to be satiated, and then you'll bench. But then Chazal instituted the idea that if you eat a kezayis or kibetza, right, then you can bench. Right? They instituted what the actual satiation level is. Chazal teach us, the rabbis teach us what the satiation level is. Ayin Sham, you can see there. Ki Ikar Hasviya Hu Ayidei Birchas Hamazon Ba'atzmai. The main Sviya comes through Birchas Hamazon. It's such a beautiful idea to understand. It's all through Birchas Hamazon. How beautiful Birchas Hamazon is. To say the words and realize Eretz Chemda Toiva Rechava. How beautiful the land is. It's all blessing Eretz Yisrael. Especially as we live in Eretz Yisrael, we have the schus to see the words and enjoy every word of the benching. It's so beautiful. Through Birchas Hamazon, we can attach our hearts to the nekuda, to the tzaddik, again to the tzaddikim that instituted the benching for us, right? Bapeh, we say it. Shehu b'chines tzaddik b'chines Yosef hu hashal hu amaz v'ayidei zeh nispatlin hacherpas hashoyrin al halev and nispatl cherpas rav. We can get rid of all of the embarrassment. We can get rid of all of the heartache that the person has because of his wrongful feelings of satiate that he got involved in, right? V'ayidei zeh nishtaleach bracha usfiya b'masav, right? Bebechinas v'achaltam lachman l'saveya v'hilhaltem es shem Elokim. You'll eat your bread, you'll be satiated, then you'll praise Hashem, your God. Hainu ayidei v'hilhaltem es Hashem. Bechinas birchas hamazon ayidei ze v'achaltam lachman l'saveya. Then you'll be able to satiate the soul. You'll be able to satiate your soul again through eating the bread. Such beautiful lessons to teach us how beautiful it is to eat, to have a seuda and recognize HaKadosh Baruch Hu. It's so beautiful to be able to learn this. Yosef is the makar of all brachas in our and in the life. Is all connected to tzaddikim. The tzaddikim will always teach us how to go back and to find HaKadosh Baruch Hu into our lives. And then when we trust in HaKadosh Baruch Hu, we have everything, right? And if you trust in Hashem, you're not lacking anything. And this is really what the whole lesson is really teaching us. It's a beautiful idea, especially like Yossi was saying, to get us ready to understand the things of Yosef HaTzadik, and how when even Paroi believed in the Tzaddik, when Paroi believed in Yosef, he must have really believed in him, right? He made him the viceroy. He gave him his ring. He gave him power over everything in Egypt. He really believed in him. You know, they say, put your money where your mouth is, right? Put your mouth where your money is, or something where they say, well,
Money where your mouth is.
right? So isn't that what he did? That's what he did. Right? That's what Paroi did. He gave it all to Yosef. And then all of the food that Yosef gathered it stayed well. It was all Paroi's wealth. It wasn't Yosef's wealth, it was his wealth. But he believed in the Koyach of the Tzaddik. Not only that was so strong that even the Tzaddikim, Yaakov, and the Shiftei Kor were able to be satiated via that food. So we have to understand the importance of believing in the Koyach of the Tzaddikim.
And his ability to...
You can learn that from Paroi. Isn't that amazing?
Paro was a batal to the tzaddik.
He was. right? He had all his idols and everything. He's okay. This guy, no, you're the guy. You're my man.
Right.
It didn't take him long to do that either, right?
No, it's what I was just thinking. He took Yosef out
The
of
whole
jail.
thing was it, maybe what was it, an hour, 2 hours? What was the whole thing?
That was a big mile on his part.
Yeah, but the part that set it all up was the fact that no one else could give him an answer.
I understand, but Yosef taught him that it's really Hashem. Right? Okay.
And he believed him.
So just really understand how beautiful benching is, and it connects us back to the tzaddikim, and that's why the first bracha of benching was instituted by Moshe Rabbeinu, the second by Yoshua ben Nun, and the third bracha was from David HaMelech and Sheleimah HaMelech. Okay, always bringing us back to the Koyach the tzaddikim.
Wait a second. The bracha of Beitar.
That's the fourth bracha.
That's the fourth one.
That's the fourth bracha.
So, but it's not from Joseph?
Beini Yerushalayim Amen. Beini Yerushalayim Amen. That's the third bracha. Then we do the fourth bracha, which is
And we call two
Hashem. That's the next bracha.
That was the one that was.
That's the fourth bracha. That's for Beitar.
For Beitar.
Yes.
So how does there's a very strong connection to benching with Yosef, but he's not part of the benching in a sense.
No, that's okay. He's part of the satiation to get you to bench.
Benching. He's the whole result of it.
Yeah. Okay. Now I don't remember where we were up to in
2911.
11. Okay. Thank you for reminding me. Okay. You what? You're gonna go. Okay. Very good, David. Okay. Have a wonderful Shabbos. Let's do one halacha quickly in Kitzur Shulchan Aruch. Kol Shain halachis b'chol yom muftach le'yeshu ben olam haba. Right? Okay. We're in Kitzur Shulchan Aruch. We are in Siman Chav Tes, which is 29, and we're up to 11. Okay, so here we go. Yud Aleph. Mitzvahs asay lihidabek b'tamidei chachamim kidei lelilmod b'maseim. Hey, how you like that? Isn't that what we were just learning now?
Yeah.
Yossi, come on.
Wow.
Mitzvah saseh lizdabek b'tamidei chachamim. It's a mitzvah to be mizdabek, connect yourself, bind yourself to tamidei chachamim, kidei lilmod b'maseim, to learn from their actions. Kinyan shenemar uvay sidbak, and it says to be connected, to cling. V'chi efshel ha'adam lizdabek b'ashchina. Is it possible that a person can be mizdabek to the shchina? Can we mizdabek? Can we connect ourselves to Hashem? Can we do that? How do you connect yourself to Hashem? Hashem is infinite. Ela kach perusha Rabbi Seinu hidabek b'tamidei chachamim. Oh, if you connect yourself to tamidei chachamim, so that's connecting you to Hashem. Mamish, the lesson we were learning here, the same lesson. Kitzur Shulchan, this is fascinating. Lefichach tzarech ha'adam leishtadel sheyisa bas talmid chacham v'yasi bitay letalmid chacham. A person should marry a talmid, the daughter of a talmid chacham, give his children over to the daughters of talmidei chacham. Lecha v'lishtois im talmidei chacham. Well, look at this. Lecha v'lishtois im talmidei chachamim. Yasi. Eat and drink together with the Talmidei Chacham, so you learn how to eat. This is fascinating. What?
Eat and drink the Torah. And the
Pakma
sages.
katia letalmidei chachamim lehischaber aleim b'chol minei chibur. And you do business and the things, whatever you try to be connected to that tzaddikim any way you can. Shenema ledovka. Etzira v'sein amru heve misabek ba'afar ragleim v'shoisa b'tzoma estivreim. It says in Pirkei Avos that we're supposed to follow after the footsteps on the dust of the footsteps of the tzaddikim and drink their words like you are thirsty. So in other words, learn the teachings of the tzaddikim, follow the teachings of the tzaddikim, drink their words. Be connected to the tzaddikim. This is a fascinating thing. I can't believe what a present from Hashem that we have. We're up to this today when we just learned this lesson in Likutey Halachos. Okay, I wish everyone a wonderful Shabbos. We should all have a lechtige Shabbos and here B'Seres Tovos.